Story 1. The Intruder in the Attic. I'm Sarah, a college student living alone in a small apartment. It's a quiet evening. My roommate's out of town. I'm enjoying the solitude until strange noises start coming from the attic. At first I try to ignore them, but they're getting louder and more persistent. My heart races. I can't shake the feeling that I'm not alone. I grab a baseball bat for protection, my hands trembling, and head upstairs. Each step feels heavier as the dread builds up inside me. Finally, I reach the attic door. With a shaky breath, I push it open, and there it is, a tall, shadowy figure, its eyes glowing in the darkness. I freeze, the bat slipping from my fingers. The figure takes a step forward, its presence overwhelming. I try to scream, but no sound comes out. In a panic, I swing the bat, but it's like hitting air. The figure grabs me, pulling me into the darkness of the attic. The last thing I remember is its eyes, glowing brighter as it engulfs me. I wake up, gasping for air, my heart pounding in my chest. It was just a nightmare, but the fear lingers. I glance at the clock. 3:33 a.m. I shudder, feeling like something is watching me from the shadows. I try to shake off the feeling, telling myself it was just a bad dream, but deep down, I know it was more than that. Days pass, but the memory of that night haunts me. I can't shake the feeling that something is still lurking in the attic, waiting for the right moment to strike. I avoid going upstairs, but the sense of dread never leaves me. I feel like a prisoner in my own home, trapped with whatever lurks in the darkness. Then, one night as I lay in bed, I hear it, the familiar creaking of the attic door. My blood runs cold as I realize that whatever was up there before is back. I grab the bat, my hands shaking uncontrollably, and slowly make my way upstairs. With each step, the dread intensifies until I reach the attic door. I take a deep breath and push it open, ready to confront whatever lies on the other side. But to my horror, the attic is empty. There's no sign of the figure, no glowing eyes staring back at me. It's as if it was never there to begin with. I stand there, frozen in disbelief, wondering if it was all just a trick of the mind, or if something truly evil lurks within the walls of my home. Story 2. The Creepy Caller. I'm Emma, new to this city, new to this apartment, but excitement turns to fear when I start getting these creepy phone calls late at night. There's heavy breathing on the line, sometimes whispers in the background. I'm terrified, feeling like I'm being watched every moment. I call the police, but they can't trace the calls. One night, as I lie in bed, I hear a tapping at my window. With trembling hands, I look outside. In the darkness stands a figure, tall and shadowy, with eyes that seem to pierce right through me. My heart pounds in my chest as I realize the calls weren't just a prank. The figure watches me, unmoving as if waiting for something. I back away from the window, my mind racing with fear. Who is this person? What do they want from me? The calls continue, each one more sinister than the last. Sometimes I swear I can hear whispers in the background, like someone or something is trying to communicate with me. I try to block them out, but they haunt my every waking moment, a constant reminder that I'm not safe in my own home. One night, as I'm getting ready for bed, I hear a noise coming from the hallway. I freeze, listening intently. It sounds like footsteps, slow and deliberate. My heart races as I realize that someone or something is in the apartment with me. I grab a weapon, my hands shaking as I prepare to defend myself. With bated breath, I inch towards the hallway, my heart pounding in my ears. The footsteps grow louder, closer. I brace myself for the worst, but when I reach the hallway, there's nobody there. I'm alone, or so I thought. Just as I turn to go back to my room, I feel a presence behind me. I spin around, weapon at the ready, but there's nothing there. It's as if the darkness itself is watching me, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Story 3. The Haunted House. I'm Jake, and I've always been intrigued by the paranormal. So, when I inherited my grandmother's old house, I was eager to explore its mysteries. But what I found was beyond anything I could have imagined. Strange things started happening, objects moving on their own, doors slamming shut. I thought it was just my imagination until I saw it. A figure standing at the foot of my bed, cloaked in darkness with glowing eyes. I tried to run, but my legs felt like lead. The figure moved closer, its presence filling the room with dread. I screamed, but the sound seemed to vanish into thin air. With nowhere left to turn, I closed my eyes, hoping it was all just a nightmare. But when I opened them, the figure was still there, its eyes burning into mine. I reached for the light switch, but it wouldn't turn on. I was trapped in darkness, alone with whatever lurked in the shadows. As the figure drew closer, I could feel its icy breath on my skin. I wanted to run, to scream for help, but fear had paralyzed me. I closed my eyes, praying for it to be over, but when I opened them again, the figure was gone. I lay there trembling, unsure if what I saw was real or just a trick of the mind. But deep down, I knew the truth. There was something evil in that house, something that wanted to consume me whole.